phone call came early in the morning. Someone spotted baby kittens left alone by the road with no mother cat nearby. The woman who got this call knew she had to help right away. She grabbed her rescue bag with towels, a carrier, and basic supplies that she always kept ready for times like this. As she drove to find the kittens, worry filled her mind. Baby animals left outside face many dangers. Wild animals might hurt them, cars could hit them, and they get hungry and cold very fast. Every minute mattered for these little ones. When she reached the spot, she looked carefully along the roadside. Then she saw them. Small balls of fur huddled together in the gravel and grass beside the road. She parked her car safely and walked slowly toward them, trying not to scare them into running toward the busy road nearby. The kittens were very young, just a few weeks old from how they looked. Their eyes were open but still baby blue, the color that changes as kittens grow up. Their ears perked up when she came closer, and they wobbled when trying to stand, clear signs of how young they really were. She knelt down a short distance away and spoke softly to them. "Hello there, little ones," she said in a gentle voice. She slowly reached out her hand so they could smell her and get used to her. Usually stray kittens would run away or hiss at a person, but these kittens seemed different. To her surprise, one kitten with a white patch on its chest took a small step toward her, then another step. The woman stayed still, letting the kitten decide what to do. Soon the tiny animal was sniffing her fingers, showing wonder instead of fear. This unusual trust might mean these kittens had been around people before being left here, or maybe they were just too young and hungry to be afraid. She looked around one more time for any sign of a mother cat who might have gone hunting or hiding for a short time. Finding none. And seeing how hungry the kittens looked, she decided to take them with her. The brave kitten with the white patch let her pick it up without fighting, and the others followed this example, seeming to take courage from their braver friend. As she gathered them up, she noticed they were thin but not too thin. Their eyes were clear, their noses were wet as they should be, and though their fur was dirty, they didn't seem to have any clear injuries or sickness. This was good news, but she knew young animals could hide problems well, so she'd need to watch them closely. She placed them carefully in the carrier she had brought, which she had lined with a soft towel. The kittens right away cuddled together, seeking warmth and comfort from each other. This natural behavior touched her heart, but also made her sad. These babies knew how to care for each other, even though they had been left alone. When they arrived, she took the carrier to her special new arrivals room, a warm, quiet space where rescued animals could get used to things without the stress of meeting her other pets right away. She had learned from doing this many times that bringing animals together slowly and carefully works best for everyone. The kittens needed food right away. She made special formula just for kittens, never regular milk from the store, which she knew could make kittens sick. She warmed the formula and tested it on her wrist, just like you would for a human baby. For kittens this small, she would use a dropper since they might not know how to drink from a bottle yet. As she fed each kitten carefully, she noticed how eagerly they took the food. They sucked strongly on the dropper, which was a good sign about their health. Between feedings, she gently cleaned each kitten with a warm, damp cloth, doing the job their mother would normally do. This cleaning helped in many ways. It got them clean, helped their blood flow better, and taught them that human touch means comfort and care. The kitten seemed to really enjoy the cleaning, arching its tiny back happily at the feeling. The brave one with the white patch stayed the most active, already trying to explore beyond the soft blanket where she had placed them. The other kittens with striped fur stayed close together, as if they felt stronger when side by side. After feeding and cleaning them, the woman made a comfortable bed. A shallow box with sides high enough to keep them in but low enough for her to reach them easily. She lined it with soft blankets and put a heating pad on low setting under half of the bedding. This way the kittens could move closer to the warmth if they felt cold or away from it if they got too warm, just like they would snuggle with or move away from their mother's body heat in nature. Throughout the day, she fed them regularly, every few hours as needed for kittens without a mother. Between these feedings, she let them rest, knowing that sleep was just as important as food for growing kittens. During these quiet times, she made phone calls, first to the vet to set up a checkup for tomorrow, then to other people who rescue animals to let them know she had taken in these kittens, and finally to the pet store to order supplies she would need in the coming weeks. In the middle of the day, she brought in one of her gentlest adult rescue cats, a former stray who had shown great patience with baby kittens before. She allowed this cat to watch the kittens from across the room, knowing that some grown cats can help teach orphaned kittens important cat behaviors, even if they aren't related. The adult cat showed interest but stayed at a good distance, sitting near the box and sometimes blinking slowly at the tiny newcomers. This was a good sign. Not all adult cats are okay with kittens, especially ones that aren't their own. The woman made mental notes about this good reaction for future plans. As evening came, she got ready for the night ahead. Very young kittens need care all day and night, including feedings during sleep hours. She moved their box closer to her bedroom and set alarms on her phone to make sure she wouldn't miss any middle-of-the-night feeding times. The last feeding of the evening showed more progress. All the kittens had started making a purring sound while being held, a sound that always made her happy no matter how many times she heard it. Their tiny shaking bodies and happy faces showed that, even with their rough start in life, they were getting used to their new home. Before trying to get some sleep herself, she wrote down notes about each kitten, how they looked, how much they ate, how active they were, and any special marks that made them stand out. These notes would help track how they were doing and would be useful information for the vet visit planned for tomorrow. She also took pictures, both for her records and to share with possible new families when the time came. She thought about the day as she got ready for bed, from being left by the roadside to being safe, fed, and warm. These tiny creatures had already started a whole new life. Though they weren't completely safe yet, young kittens can get sick quickly. They had certainly moved from sure danger to having hope and a chance. All around her house, her other rescue cats had settled in for the night, some curled up together on favorite spots, others stretched out in the moonlight coming through the windows. What had once been a normal home had changed into this special place where animals got second chances at life. The woman knew from doing this before that the coming weeks would be hard work. The kittens would need regular vet care, good food, time with people and other animals, and eventually, forever homes. Some might have health problems that weren't easy to see yet. The process would take patience, money, and emotional strength. But for tonight, she could feel good knowing that lives that might have been lost were now safe, warm, and fed. Their soft breathing and occasional tiny sounds from their box were nice to hear as she fell asleep, with her alarm set for the night. Feedings to come. She had already started thinking about what to do next. The vet check would be important to learn their exact age and find any possible health problems. They would need medicine for worms, shots later on, and eventually operations before adoption. She would need to start giving them solid foods once they were older, teach them to use a litter box, and make sure they were comfortable with humans and other animals. But those were worries for another day. For now, the simple fact that she had saved them was enough, from abandoned by the road to safe in a loving home. The journey had just begun for these kittens. Their story, like many others in this rescue-filled house, had changed from one of being left alone to one of having hope. One phone call, one person's choice to help, and these tiny lives now had the chance to grow, play, and eventually find forever homes where they would be loved family members. As night fell around the quiet house, the difference between what might have happened and what was now happening for these kittens couldn't be clearer. While their story began with being abandoned, it was now continuing with hope. Their rescue wasn't just about keeping them alive. It was about giving them a future where they would know safety, care, and love. The woman had seen many similar cases before. Each time she rescued an animal, she was reminded of why she started doing this work. It wasn't always easy. There were vet bills to pay, sleepless nights of care, and sometimes the heartbreak of losing an animal that was too sick or hurt to save. But moments like this made it all worthwhile. She remembered her first rescue years ago, also a roadside case, but just one kitten then. That experience had changed her life path, turning her from someone who simply liked animals into someone who dedicated her life to saving them. That first rescue cat still lived with her, now an elderly cat who watched her newest rescues with a knowing calm, as if remembering his own story. Tomorrow would be busy with proper health checks and setting up a long-term care plan. The woman would need to watch for signs of common kitten problems: fleas, ear mites, worms, and breathing issues. She would track their weight gain to make sure they were growing well. She would begin the slow process of socialization, making sure they grew up friendly and well-adjusted. For now, though, they just needed the basics: warmth, food, and safety. The first day of rescue was always about meeting these simple but vital needs. Tomorrow would bring its own tasks and challenges. The woman drifted off to sleep with the peaceful feeling that comes from knowing you've done something that truly matters. In her dreams, she saw the kittens grown up, healthy and happy in loving homes. Some of her past rescues had gone on to be therapy cats, bringing comfort to people in hospitals and nursing homes. Others had become beloved family pets, sleeping on beds and sitting in sunny windows in homes across the city. Still others had stayed with her, becoming part of her ever-growing family of permanent residents when they had special needs or couldn't be adopted for some reason. Each rescue was both an ending and a beginning. The end of abandonment and suffering, the beginning of care and possibility. As the night deepened and the house grew quiet except for the soft sounds of many cats breathing in peaceful sleep, the cycle of rescue continued. One more day, one more save, one more chance at a good life for animals who deserved nothing less. What started as a sad story on a roadside was now a tale of kindness in action, a reminder that even the smallest lives matter and deserve a chance to live well.